Welcome to learn about the yacht Elvara. I'd like to tell you more about this luxury feeling 52 World Explorer. A yacht with the highest living standards for you and your family at your favorite marina or at anchor. At the same time, she will fulfill your sailing dreams by putting many miles behind you while you relax in an easy operational and secure yacht. Following the success of the French-feeling brand, known for their common lifting keels, Privileged Catamarans bought the company and developed this series of well-designed yachts from 2008 onwards. In this video, we like to tell you about this yacht and show you around. You will be surprised of her huge size compared to other 52ers. It is the result of a beam of 5.2 meter giving a huge cockpit, equal to a catamaran, with a protective hardtop bimini. It also results in a large deck saloon with fantastic views and a huge master cabin in the aft with a full-size king bed. Despite these large areas, she is still very easy to handle. We have had a lot of use of the lifting keel, which gives you a minimum draft of only 135 centimeter. Handling comes easy with a full batten mainsail in a furling carbon boom, electric winches, furling staysails and rear and bow thrusters. Power and security comes with double Volvo engines. She gives you a luxury stay with extras like air condition, watermaker, 2 fridges, freezer, induction stove, washing machine and a dishwasher. To run it all you have 1500 solar watts and an 8 kilowatt genset. She had a complete upgrade in 2022. She is now for sale, and the owners will show you around when you continue watching the video.
Michael and Marianne from Sweden and Denmark, on our biggest adventure of our lifetime.
Definitely. Yep. So I have done some sailing. Well, I am a sailor. We have a boat back in Sweden with a great archipelago. And Marianne did a lot of sailing up to 15 years old.
And then no sailing until I was 50 and met Michael.
So it started out that way. Yeah, so we came to the decision that we should sail to New Zealand. Well, actually we wanted to go to New Zealand, but I think it's too far to fly. So in that case, she came up with the idea, if you don't want to fly there, let's go there by sailing. Yeah, so this is about this great boat, Elvara. And we found out we're going to go far away. We're going to stay away for 3 years. And we wanted from start a deck saloon boat, because we really find it fantastic to be able to see everything when you are inside like we are today. So that was something that we actually found then.
Yeah, I think the idea was that if we were going to live on the boat for that long, it's our home. We wanted a very comfortable boat, so high living standards and roomy and nice, and at the same time have good sailing performance. So that was the boat that we were looking for.
Yeah, we found her in Mallorca in Spain about 3 years ago, a little bit more than 3 years ago, and she fulfilled all our needs. It's French boat built in the north coast, and it's very high quality, which is super nice. It's also important that we could sail her short-handed and even single-handed, and she's really easy on doing that. And so we were happy with her.
We were very happy with her. Yeah, it's not only that we wanted a comfortable boat, of course, because safety is the most important thing. So we wanted a boat that was very safe. we feel extremely protected and safe on Elvara. So we've always felt very safe on all our passages across the Atlantic and across the Pacific Oceans.
And now we're here, and she did it well.
Yeah, she did perform very well. Yeah, but to start with, we sailed around in the Mediterranean Sea just to get to know Elvira before we set off on a blue ocean crossing. So we sailed around south of Spain and Italy for a few months before we left.
And then we also before that did a major refit, so to arrange for all the safety and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a comfortable boat for 4 or 5 people because we have very roomy.
6 people actually.
Yeah, 6 people. 3, but we will leave the boat with all the beddings for all the beds, and we will leave the galley fully stocked with all the things that you need for the normal everyday living.
How did you do in the heat?
Heat is not the biggest problem. I mean, we have these window shades that we can take down. That helps, but we also have sunscreens that we put up on the big windows. That is much more comfortable.
Look through solar.
Yeah, we actually even have air conditioning on the boat, but we only use it every now and then if we are in a marina.
And we also have a heater, which we found out we needed
when we came to New Zealand. Yeah.
So we took her for a short sail in the Mediterranean around Spain, and then we did a major refit over the winter.
Yeah.
And so we changed a lot to make her just better. And 2 main things is actually the kitchen.
Yeah.
That we made up. It was just a bed.
We thought there was not enough storage space in the galley because there used to be like a chaise longue on one side of the kitchen and not enough drawers and storage space. So we had a whole section built in the kitchen with very large drawers. So we have plenty of storage space now.
And so we did a hard top cockpit roof, which is the best thing of the whole boat actually. It gives us a perfect cockpit, safe for weather and for sun, and dry. The passage of Pacific and Atlantic has been 100% dry. Yeah. And we can walk up there in the worst weather using shorts and t-shirt. And when we are on a long passage, I sleep up there in the night. So it's really, really nice. It also helps us to fit in the solar power. It also makes it possible to move around in the cockpit with good places to hold on to, so we don't fall around in the area.
Yeah, we put quite a lot of thought into putting up handles around in the cockpit so that it was always safe to move around up there. So that has worked perfectly well. I think another big thing we did in the kitchen was we added an extra fridge, and then we also put in an induction stove, oven, and there is no propane on this boat. And that was also something that made us feel more safe also. So many of the accidents on boats are due to fires. Yeah. So it's more safe that we only have the induction stove.
We also thought that we should change the through fittings. I mean, the boat was 13 years old then, and so we changed to the true design. Yeah, the through fittings was important. I also was keen on the petrol, the gasoline, the diesel thing, since we have 2 engines, which is super safe because you always have one engine that works, and normally you just run on one engine, which gives us a lot of miles on the per liter. We also put in, we have 2 separate diesel tanks, but they can be maneuverable as you like. You can take the port diesel tank and go to the starboard engine and the opposite. So if you get some stuff in one of the diesel tanks, you can use the other diesel tanks for both or only one engine if you like to. And then except for diesel, we need water.
Yes, we never had any problems with any of the diesel tanks.
No.
But it's still a good idea. Yeah, we needed water, so we put also in a watermaker. So we can make about 100 liters per hour, more than enough. And it's just such a big luxury on the boat that you don't have to be too concerned about water consumption. So we always have the water that we need, both for showering and for cooking. And then, of course, we have a dishwasher machine and a laundry machine also. So we also need water for that.
And some electricity to run it. And that's why we also put in 1,600 watts of solar power on top of the cockpit head. And we have a 24-volt battery bank that we changed all batteries to 800 amps. And the 12-volt bank for all the electronics and stuff is also new, 300 amps. So we got that all covered. And if that's not enough on a cloudy day, we also have a generator of 8 kilowatts that can make power fast and easily.
But most of the refittings were done in
2022.
2022.
We have 3 electrical winches and 1 manual. So we do all electric.
I think maybe we can also mention, we put in the davits so that we could take up the dinghy during the night. We do that every night just for safety. We're so dependent on the dinghy, so it's well worth the effort and very, very easy. And then we also put in a hydro vane, which has been enormously successful for us. Actually, we went across all of the Atlantic Ocean only using the hydro vane. We actually didn't use the autopilot because the hydro vane just worked so perfectly well. We were very happy with that because then we always had the autopilot actually as a backup system. So it's very important to have 2 independent systems. So if one system is not operating well, then you have the other as a spare solution. So we were very happy with that.
And we are quite fast, especially in downwind. And I remember when we passed all these boats, we were a group of 100 boats over the Atlantic, and we passed like 60 of them like in the first 3 days.
Yeah.
And we invested quite a lot. We have a jib top Genua that goes very high on top. And on the other side, we could bring out the code 0 because we installed back in 2022 again 2 whisker poles, so we can actually get both sails out on each side.
Wing on wing.
Wing on wing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if we needed more speed and lighter winds, she's good because then we have the parasail of 180 square meters, which is a big one, and also easy to get up and down only the 2 of us.
Yeah. Probably our favorite sail, the parasail. The boat just is so comfortable. It's so smooth, comfortable sailing with the parasail and fast also.
Yeah. And I'm happy also with the mainsail that works perfectly on reach, for example, because it's full batten. And the possibility to have a full batten mainsail is that we have a furling boom, which is really nice. And it performs so well when we are on reach, for example. And not to forget a giant boom breaker that we can use when we are out on downwind. We have 2 foresails, and then the jib is a self-tacking jib, which is really nice in coming together with the larger jib top Genua.
Yeah, we actually put in that extra sail just because it was important for the longer passages to have all those different choices of sails and being able to do different combinations.
She comes with 3 foresails and a parasail, and she also comes with 2 mainsails. We have 1 spare one.
We should talk a little bit about the hull. We have a special hull on this very wide monohull boat. Water displacement.
Yeah, 20 ton. It's very, very nice because she moves so fantastic in heavy waves, big waves.
Yeah.
You feel and she's very high.
Yeah.
So you feel very, very safe up here.
Yeah, it gives extra. It gives a good feeling of being protected and safe. That you are quite far away from the waterline, so you never get any big waves, or you never get. We actually never got a drop of water, seawater, in the cockpit during any of the passages. So that is really super nice. Then of course we have 2 engines, so you have 2 propellers and you have the swing keel. So it looks a little bit different from below.
But the swing keel is just amazing because it's when it's all the way down 3 meters 70 centimeters, it gives us so good performance in sailing. But when you're going in for anchoring, you never need to check. You don't need to check how deep it is where you're going, because we are as shallow as 1.3 meter, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, it was super nice when we were in French Polynesia, in some of the small atolls with a lot of bummies, coral bummies, and reef systems. We felt more safe that we could just bring up the swing keel, and then you're not at such big risk of hitting anything. So we never hit anything. Yes, Elvira has this rather special cockpit with a very large dining table, which we absolutely love. And we have these magnetic pads where all our glasses sit safely on this with this magnetic system. And oftentimes we found that it's often on Elvira that most of the cruisers that we meet, because we have this big cockpit, it's so suitable for entertainment. And then we had to put in an extra chair, because even though we have many places to sit, sometimes it's nice to sit in this chair. So we have an extra, and then you can get a little bit out of the sun. Sometimes if it's sunny over there, you can always have a place in the shade if you sit in this chair. And then if I move over here, we have a lot of cushions just to make it cozy and comfortable and homey. And then it's a perfect place just to hang out. Even sleep at night. Mike sleeps here during night watches. And then I want to show the seats at the helms. So this is where we sit when we maneuver the boat, and it's extremely comfortable because you can sit in so many different positions. So that's actually the favorite place. You can also do vice versa, like just sitting here and watching the nice blue oceans and the dolphins swimming by. Super cool. Yeah. And then the pathway down to the main saloon. So that's for the next.
Yes, a good thing about, because this state-of-the-art yacht is that the helm is like forward, and there is nothing in the back of the lines and winches and stuff. So it all comes through here and goes for the sheets. And for the furling ropes, there are 2 furlers in front, so it all comes here. Really easy to step out and in, but it protects you a lot with this step you have over here. It's also very, very good that the boat has a high top, so it's very easy to move on board, because you just reach out and hold the handles. A lot of the boats are quite low and you have to walk like this, but here you have everything around you like this. Okay, so as we said before, it's a furling boom, which makes the mainsail coming up fully battened right out of the boom, and gives the shape of the sail very, very good. So she is fast on sailing. It's also really easy to reef without having problem with a bad setting of the sail. It's quite straightforward when you reef. You easily reef just using the winches to get it down. For the second forestay, we also put in runners when we did the refit. The whole rigging is refit in 2022. All standing rigging and all running rigging are new since 2022. So that is very safe. Some of the hatches are also new. We changed these hatches. And they're very good because we can be inside the boat and we can see the sail settings. We also recently, months ago, changed the hatch into the front cabin, so it's brand new, which is really good. We had some leakage once, and we didn't want to repair the old one, so we just changed it. We have double halyards for code zeros and for the parasail. This one goes all the way and be run in the back by the winches. On the other side there's a spare one if you need to have two sails up at the same time. We have been sailing with parasail and code zero at the same time, parasail and the Genoa at the same time. then we didn't need to use the mainsail. The boom and the boats also comes with a boom preventer or boom breaker, as we say. So it will make sure that if you get a jib, there will be no hard boom going over on the other side. It will be quite slow. It's a self-tacking rim here for this foresail, for the jib, which is very, very easy to handle if you're sailing alone. You just go front and back, quite easy. And we have installed for the downwind sailing, we have two of these poles, and that is really easy to just come out. You just come down, and then on the deck we have installed every 3 meters you have these clips, so whatever you need, blocks or anything else, you can just use these, and we use them to be able for each of the poles. We have one pull down pole going to the back and one in the front, so the boom actually, if it's wild sea, the boom just sits on the correct place, which make it possible to sail for days without changing anything. We have this self-tacking arrangement for the jib, which makes it very, very easy to sail. And for downwind sailing, we have two halyards. One which is used in the back of the boat from the cockpit, and one that is used over here if you need to run with 2 sails like code zero and the parasail at the same time, but it's also for safety. We always have an extra halyard. We installed 2 whisker poles together with when we did the whole rigging system, all new standing riggings, all new running riggings, and to have 2 makes it very easy to just pull out the one on the side that you want to have instead of have to change it from side to side. And you can also use one with the Genoa and the other one with the code zero, something going wing on wing. In order to get those whisker poles in a good position, there is pull down lines, and we actually have installed so there are double pull down stations on each side, so the the pole actually sits on the one exact position if that's what you like for a long overnight sail. Because of that, we also install every 3 minutes. You have these kind of shackles that you can use for blocks, ropes, and for the pull down poles, which is these are very strong poles. When we crossed Atlantic, there were a lot of these breaking, and we have had no issues at all. So they can perform with very large sails and with a lot of pressure on them. So it's a lot of safety built into it. Yeah, we put in very strong whisker poles. When we sailed the Atlantic, we saw that a lot of the other boats they broke their whisker poles, and we never had any problem with that. So they're quite oversized, but they're very, very safe. You also have a double winch system on the mast, so you have a winch on this side and on that side. You need to work with the halyards for the foresails or with the halyards for the parasail. Moving forward, of course, there's these 2 furlers. And We also have this great anchor. It's a rock anchor of 33 kilos, and it has kept us safe on anchorage for 3 years in any kind of wind. So the Rockna coming up and down is something that feels very safe for us. Yeah, this Rockna anchor is amongst the best pieces of the boat. It's kept us safe for 3 years, anchoring in up to 40 knots of wind. Never any problems. We did change the whole chain 1 year ago in 2023 for a 100-meter chain, so you can anchor almost anywhere with this boat up to 40 meters of depth. It feels very safe. The anchor chain and the anchor you use, this one. There is also room for a second anchor with a second anchor chain that we have, and you have all spare lines where you maneuver the wind shear. It's a brand new anchor, windlass. It's only 1 year old. Changed it in French Polynesia on this. So you can of course also using the windlass from the steering helm position. On the other side you have a lot of storage for fenders. We always carry 10 fenders with us, big ones, no problem. We fit them down here, and we can also fit them even further down. It's the same place where we have the boat truss. There's plenty of room here. I guess that was about it, but we really love this big place. Sometimes when we are out in the Pacific, we just sit out here having some Coca-Cola and enjoying ourselves, seeing the view. But we also have yoga here, usually every second morning. So it's a really nice foray.
Okay, I would like to show the area that we have for the guests visiting Elvara. So come along and follow me this way. This is the door for the bathroom for our guests. So please come here. We have the shower in here with a door that can open and close. And we have some storage facilities here. And if I close the door here, then you can see there's some more storage facility on the wall. And then we have the head, which can be used with both salt water and fresh water. We normally always use fresh water as it's best for the hoses and so forth. And we have the watermaker, so that's not a problem. It's an electrical head, so you just simply press one button here and then it drains and it fills and it drains, so that there's always a fresh smell in here. There's never a bad smell. And then I open the door again and go back out. And I want to show you the bedroom for the guests. This is like it's a king size bed. It's very roomy bedroom and lots of light. We have a brand new hatch here, and then you can pull down the shades over here on both sides. Put it up again, and here we also have an inbuilt mosquito screen. Or you also have a dark screen if you prefer.
That's on every hatch. That is built in on every hatch.
Yeah, and we have that built in on every hatch in the boat, which is very comfortable if you are in an area also with maybe some mosquitoes. I want to show you the bed also. It's very, very comfortable. It's a very thick mattress and it's memory foam. And then we have built-in ribs underneath, so it allows some air to ventilate the bed. It's a very comfortable bed. And we have lots of storage in here for our guests. So there are all these drawers, a closet, and some more closets on the wall. And then we also have this for some hangers. Yeah. Okay, so now I'd like to show you the second guest room. Please follow this way. So in here we have another very comfortable cabin. We can use air conditioning in here, just as in the other bedrooms. And we have a very comfortable bed in here. It's 120 centimeters wide. It's a brand new mattress, very thick, very comfortable. We actually had it made in Denmark and imported for the boat. Then I would like to show you that we have these seabeds that were made. You just put them up here and then you roll them out like this, and then you can sleep comfortably and safely up here, even if the boat is heeling or in big waves on an overnight passage. And we have had that done for all the beds in the boat. Then I'd like to show you that we have a lot of storage. So there's a closet here for your guests, and also down here we have good storage facilities. And then we actually also have a washing machine. It's a full-size washing machine, just as the one you would have in your house. And that is just fantastic to have when you're out on anchor, which you would be most of the time. At least that's what we have been. And then we can always do our own laundry. So that is very, very nice to have on the boat. Then I'll try to show how I can easily jump up here. And then you can lie down here very comfortably. There's a lamp here, and there's some shades you can roll down here. And also, as in the other cabins, we have both the shades and the mosquito nets in here. Yeah. And then Michael would like to show you the access to all the electronics in here.
Yep. Here is the access to one of the rooms that we have underneath the saloon. This one is on the starboard side, and it takes care of all the electrical stuff and the hydraulics. So here is the hydraulic keel functions. Here is the inverters. It's a big 3.5 kilowatt inverter. Here is the 240 volt and 24 volt fusage. In the front there is the 12 volt fusage, and also both battery chargers. It's plenty of room, really easy to work in here. And here we can also keep some tools like that. Welcome to Elvira's beautiful saloon. We really love this deck saloon idea. Being here, making food, eating food, and always have the view of wherever you're passing or wherever you're anchoring. So when you're here in the galley making food, you can always have a friend standing here and keep you company, having a sip of wine maybe. We have this magnetic glassware which is used everywhere on the boat for wine glasses, beer glasses, and all other types of glass. So really good. So this part is a new part that we had built 3 years ago to make a better and larger kitchen. We used to have a sleeping bed here for overnight sleeping. Took it away, changed it to an area where you can make your food easily, and big part to cut and work with your cooking, as well as a lot of storage for food and also cutleries, glasses. They're very deep, goes all the way in the back, so it's super good, super easy to reach everything. We also installed a second refrigerator that we have drinks, water and sodas and stuff like that, 100 liter. So it's really nice, so we can fit all that and have it cold. Over here, this part of the galley is very great to work when you are at sea or when you are at the passage, because it's narrow, so you are working safely and secure. And here you can make food, having a refrigerator, and then you cook on this new induction Italian handmade stove with oven, which is really good. So there's 3 different cooking zones, and it's extremely fast, so it's really like being home in your great kitchen at home and work. For garbage, we love this idea of just having the garbage coming down here and easily to get out and in. Double sinks, which you also can cover with lids, together with a microwave, a coffee machine, and of course, in a boat like this, you need to have a dishwasher. It's an economical, really good idea because it uses very little water compared to doing the dishes by hand. Yep, so it's a good kitchen. Over here is where we sit or we eat. So this is the normal setup we have, and you can also open it up if you have some guests coming over and you don't like to be outside, and then we just make it nice having a dinner. Sometimes in a passage you can also sleep in this area because we have a seabed also for this one. If you like to be up here closer and not like to be outside in the cockpit. Yeah, so this is just a great place. Also air conditioned, like everywhere else in the boat. This is a navigation area in the saloon. It's a good place to be working with your navigation and so on, because I can always see around what's happening, and through the hatches in the roof and the ceiling I can also see the sails, how they are sitting out there. So it's a good and safe and secure place to be during long passages. Basically we have a PC computer monitor here with the laptop underneath here. This is a good way to have a control of it instead of a normal navigational instrument. So we are pretty much using the OpenCPN in here, but also for weather and so on. So we have a double instrumentation here. We have the satellite telephone, we have the VHF. I can control everything from over here. It doesn't look so big to be on a boat with so many possibilities as Elvara has, but it's quite smart done, all of it. So we have air condition, we have the 770 Fusion music system with different zones for music and a subwoofer and an amplifier. We have a Webasto heater that we can use. I have the freshwater tanks, I have the diesel measuring, we have 12 volt measuring part, and we also have the monitor of the 24 volt bank, which is really good. All of this is quite easily to understand. It's not too many buttons, so we have navigation lights and stuff and all that right here, and we also put on the 3 electrical winches here, and then they are up and running. We can also charge from 24 volt bank to the 12 volt bank, which can sometimes be important if we are running a long time on the autopilot, which takes a lot of 12 volt power. Then we can just move some of the power from the 24 volt bank over here. Yeah, so it's a really good place to have control over Elvara.
Okay, now I would like to show you the master cabin on Elvara. It's really a marvelous master bedroom. Due to the very wide boat, it's more than 5 meters wide, and it has a king size bed and lots of room to maneuver around the boat. Let me show you. So please come in here, then you can see that it's a full king size bed, and as in the other bedrooms, we have a very thick memory foam mattress, and we have the same high quality ribs underneath the bed, so you can sleep very comfortably in here. We have lots of storage facility, we have lots of drawers, we have cabins, there's even storage in the floor, and then of course below the mattress there's lots of storage underneath the bed. I want to show you also that we have a swing out chair here, And this is actually where you can sit and put on your makeup, because there's like a mirror in here. We just use it for more storage. There's air conditioning in here, but you can also use, I mean, we have 2 hatches, one on each side, and as in the other bedrooms, we have both a mosquito screen or another screen that will make the room more dark. Then I want to show you that one of the other reasons why we bought this boat was due to the very large panorama window. It's just so nice to lie in here in the evening, and then you can just see the nice blue sea outside. If it's too much sunlight, you can always put down the blinds. Yeah. Then I need to show you also that you can actually put up the heads on the bed. We do that sometimes in the evening. Then it's nice to lie in bed and then you can watch some television. Yeah, and then I'll show you over here. We have a bench with nice thick cushions, nice for sitting, but also it's storage underneath the cushions. And then we have these sea beds that we can put up. We put them up here, and then you can make this double bed into 2 single beds. It's sometimes we do it during overnight passages if the boat is heeling or in a bit rough sea conditions, then you are very safe in the bed. So the bed over here, and then on the other side we have this nice bench with comfortable cushions, and there's storage space underneath these cushions, so lots of storage room in this cabin. I can also mention one of the reasons we bought the boat was actually these big panorama window, which we have enjoyed so much when on anchorage, and then you can just lie here and enjoy the view of the nice big blue water outside. And if there's too much sun, we can just put this one down. The same over there on the side. There's also blinders that you can pull down. And 2 hatches. We have 2 hatches, and as in the other cabins, we have both mosquito screens and also screens that can make the room dark. I also want to mention that we have these sea beds that we can put up. We put them here, and then also in the middle of the bed, so you can have like 2 separate beds in here when you are on longer overnight passages, and if the boat is heeling or the water is a bit unstable. Yeah, and then I would like to show you also the bathroom for the master cabin. So please follow me here. So, as in the guest toilet, it's exactly the same. So an electronic toilet, you just use it with a single push of a button, and then you can use both salt water or fresh water. And we have a shower in here, and then we have these nice big compartments, so you can keep all your necessities in here. And there's more storage underneath here, and a nice big mirror. Yeah.
Welcome to Elvira's machine room. I'm having a whiskey in here because it's so cool that the machine room is so big, so you actually can have a whiskey with a couple of friends in here. But we don't do that very often, but at least it's quite fun. So tell me about this. It's a very spacious machine room. You can work very easily on the engines, doing all the service you need and all the rest of the equipment. Easy to reach. We like it very much. So here we have the double Volvo D255s. Yes, we have double. We have 2 engines on Elvira. Gives us a great balance.
and it's quite light. And if we need all the power, we have all the power with 2 times 55 horsepower, which we use sometimes. But normally we only use one engine for the normal cruising, which becomes very economical. So we do about 1.5 mile nautical mile on 1 liter of diesel, which is just super good. One of the safest thing with 2 engines is, of course, if one breaks down of some kind, you always have one left, and it gives you all the power you need only to have one of them. So it's really, really good. So we work very easily here. We have everything we need. We have the bilge pumps are here. We also have the genset in here. The genset is a Master Volt Whisper 8, so it gives us 8 kilowatt effect, so really good to charge the batteries. We also have the autopilot. We have the pump hydraulic system for the fresh water, and we have the air condition also in here, easy to work on. The other thing we can have over here, we also have the emergency rudders, which is easily to get to have. It's also important to tell you that Elvara's rudders are actually safe in the back of the boat and in a water secured area. So if you break a rudder stock or something, the water will not come into the rest of the boat, which is very, very safe. Yeah, so that's where I used to be now and then. Thank you for stopping by.